Hello everyone.
Today we are going to learn how to create and render this beautiful animation. I will tell you the steps very simply. Thank you for giving me energy with your likes and positive comments. If you follow my videos, be sure to follow me on social media and introduce me to your friends.
We'll begin by adding a rectangle spline to our empty scene. First of all, let's head over to its attributes panel on the bottom right and switch its orientation plane from the default over to XY. Now, we need to fix its dimensions. Let's clear out the default values and set both the width and height fields to exactly 300 centimeters. To soften those sharp square corners and give it that authentic mobile app icon look, we'll check the rounding box and set the radius value to 44 centimeters. As you can see, the corners are now perfectly and cleanly rounded. Next, to give this flat spline some real 3D volume and depth, in the Object Manager up here on the top right, just drag and drop your rectangle spline directly into the extrude object to make it a child node. Now, let's select the extrude object itself and head down into its attributes. Here, we'll change the offset which dictates our extrusion thickness to exactly 41 centimeters. And just like that, our main frame and icon base are completely ready to go. To keep our workspace clean and stay focused, let's temporarily hide our base frame from the viewport by toggling its visibility dots. Now we can work entirely on the core graphic, the petals. Just like the previous one, first things first, flip its orientation plane to XY. For the dimensions of this inner petal capsule, we'll type 118 centimeters for the width and 54 centimeters for the height. Now, let's enable the rounding checkbox again so we can curve the edges. This time, type exactly 27 centimeters into the radius field. This completely rounds off the top and bottom caps of the rectangle, giving us a flawless pill or capsule shape. Now, just like we did with the frame, we'll bring a new extrude object into the scene and drop our capsule spline inside it to turn it into a solid 3D surface, to ensure the petal plates look sharp and elegant. At this stage, we want to replicate this single petal all the way around in a circle. So, let's navigate up to the MoGraph menu and call in a cloner object. In our object hierarchy, drag the extruded thin petal and place it as a child under the cloner. Now, let's open the cloner settings to arrange our layout. Switch the array mode from linear over to radial. Change its orientation plane to XY. Since the Apple Photos logo has 8 individual wings, let's crank the count up to exactly 8. If you look at the viewport right now, the petals are separated and floating outwards. To clip them tightly to the center point, drop the cloner's radius setting all the way down to 0 centimeters. By doing this, the base pivots of all 8 capsule plates compress and lock perfectly at the absolute center origin, beautifully forming our flower geometry. Now, we want to introduce some dynamic movement and twist these petals on an angle. With the cloner object selected, let's go back up to the MoGraph menu and add a Plain Effector named Plain. To control exactly how and where this twisting motion takes place, let's head over to the Plain Effectors Fields tab, click the selector drop-down at the bottom, and add a shader field to our stack. Open up the options for this shader field, and under the shader drop-down channel, select Gradient. Click directly onto the gradient preview bar to access its properties, and switch the gradient type from linear over to a completely circular radial format so it affects the petals outward in a round shape. Let's adjust how this radial circle bleeds across our petals. In the viewport, you can grab the Visual Transformation widget to dynamically change the scale. Over on the Remapping tab, we shift the gradient points so the inner boundaries are strong while the outer edge has a smooth fall-off. To make the rotation feel incredibly premium, right-click your animated channel and open up the Timeline Dopesheet window. We grab the curved tangent handles for our animation track and sculpt them into a smooth, customized S-curve format to create a beautiful, ease motion profile from frames 0 to 60.
As you can see, the base of our 2D flower icon design is pretty much done for now. First of all, I'll go to the menu at the top. Octane Camera, I create it, and check the box to activate it so that the port view falls on the camera. Camera facing the front view, front, I lock. At frame 0, I fix the camera position and angle and record a keyframe for it. Now I move the timeline forward and place it on frame 40. I rotate the camera angle a little to give the work a three-dimensional look and depth, and I take the second keyframe. Now it's time to create a material. From the Octane Materials menu, select a material. October Universally create and drag it directly onto all the petals. Window Live Viewer, I'll also open it so we can see the live rendering. Enter the window Node Editor. Well, to make the petals completely glassy and transparent, I will go straight to the channel. Transmission, and the amount of paint, on it pure white, absolute. I adjust so that the light passes completely through the object. But this glass is too shiny and sharp now. To make it more natural, I'll put it in the channel. Roughness, rough, and I'm sliding the slider on the number. 01 I adjust. This gentle blurring breaks up the sharp reflections, and gives the work authenticity. Now the main change is in the tab.index or the index of refraction, IOR. Now we come to the most important and key part of this video. We have 8 petals and it doesn't make sense to create separate materials for each one or change the colors manually, one by one. So, a node instance color, or the same 9 instance, I enter the node editor. Now I connect the output of the instance node to the input of the node.gradient. This node is going to tell Octane how to split our gradient colors between these 8 petals. To do this, set the mode or mapping of the instance node to the option id, or index. I let the software understand that each petal has a unique and distinct number. Now, to tell Octane which petal will get which color, I'm going to go to the instance settings channel, which is 8 numerical parameters it gives us. These numbers that we enter are actually the position coefficient and the position of the color on our gradient bar, accurately assigning 8 digital channels to petals. Now, one by one, I'll enter these 8 numbers based on the exact position I want the petals to contribute to the gradient. Starting with the first petal, I'll change the numbers like this. Prime number, petal 1, 0, to start the spectrum from pink, red. Number 2, petal 2, 0.14. Number 3, petal 3, 0.28. Number 4, petal 4, 0.42. I address the second half of the petals with these next 4 numbers so that our color wheel is completely balanced and circular. Number 5, petal 5, 0.56. Number 6, petal 6, 0.70. Number 7, petal 7, 0.84. Number 8, petal 8, 1, to reach the end of the spectrum, i.e., purple. Applying Apple reference color codes, hex codes. Now the color reference image of the Apple icons, a PL Photos icon, so we can enter the gradient color codes exactly hair by hair. On the gradient node bar, I apply hex color codes to the knots exactly like this. Now look at the live render window. The magic of the node instance has worked, spreading a wheel of colors very neatly across the 8 petals without copying the material. Back material, lighting and final rendering. Once the front petal material is lined up, I create a duplicate material for the background petals. To give it more depth, I make the dark gradient colors, such as dark blue and purple, a little stronger, and change the position of the nodes to give the back parts of the petals more vibrant shadows. Finally, the ambient light intensity, Octane Light Face to Face 2. 5 I adjust so that the colors are perfectly bright without burning the image. I bridge the timeline. The light refraction and reflection of the gradient of the glass are perfectly clean and perfect throughout the 40 frames. Our work is ready to output.
Thank you for being with me until the end of this video. Thank yourself for watching a new tutorial today. If you like this video, subscribe to my channel and introduce my channel to your friends on YouTube and LinkedIn. Have a nice day. همین عدالتی پوریم مرا دنبال پیشرفت میریم تا بالاتون تو هم همین سر نخو بگیر و برو دو آره لایک و سابسکرایب یادتون نره مرسی